So with the way things are in the country right now, everybody is complaining. And so in line with that, one of the key political commentators in Arise TV has also aired his view by name Dr. Reuben Abati. So he said our condition has gotten worse since Buhari left office. Dr. Reuben Abati frowns on Tinubu's government. Everybody is frowning on Tinubu's government, frankly speaking. Everybody is frowning on Tinubu's government. The condition has gotten worse, really. Things have gotten so bad. And we know how it started. From the day he was inaugurated, he made some political statements that were not backed up with preparedness to manage the consequences, give us the problem. Mentally, while he was making his inaugural speech, he declared that the fuel subsidy is removed, even without thinking twice. He was trying to exercise boldness. As if that is not enough, a few weeks later, he started floating the Naira exchange rate, which has jeopardized everything in Nigeria today. And then the politicians are still keeping the the dollars they have stolen in their pocket. All the dollars that CBN dished to politicians, that are still holding it. Meanwhile, they are chasing Binance and chasing some other bureau de change operators and some other small people in the business. It doesn't work. All right. So, co-host of the Arise TV morning show, Dr. Reuben Abati, has said that the country's economy has gotten worse since former President Muhammadu Buhari handed over power to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. According to him, he feels uncomfortable with the current situation of the country. Recall that during the inauguration day speech, President Tinubu announced the removal of subsidies. As a result, there was an immediate hike in fuel prices, foodstuff, and other amenities. Items are currently sold for double the prices since May 2023, with many expressing their grievances as they are unable to fend for themselves and their families. This led to the president's decision to provide palliatives to struggling families across the country, which never worked. The purpose was never met. Okay? Speaking about the difficulty Nigerians are facing, Dr. Abati noted that the governance of Nigeria should be improving from government to government rather than diminishing. Yeah, so the state of the country has been diminishing right from the time Nigeria got independence till today. So he said in his words, our condition has gotten worse. I keep telling people, the way we are going since May 2023, President Buhari, that we all criticize to the end, we sit down and be laughing. And he will say, I think they say that they say they can do it. Now let them go and try it now, because our condition has gotten worse since President Buhari left office. Now I don't feel very comfortable with that. The governance of Nigeria should be improving from government to government rather than diminishing from government to government. Not that all of us should be engaged in backward glance and say, should be engaging in backward glance and say, wait a moment. Under Buhari, I thought we were doing better. But what are we faced with now? And that is the responsibility of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That is, if he feels, or if he is even feeling the pulse of the people, then that will be okay. But he's not feeling the pulse of the people. He's not even thinking that that people are beginning to appreciate Buhari. Buhari, that people said he should go and nobody will want to see anybody like him again. Now we are seeing somebody worse than him, and the government is getting worse by the day. But nobody's saying anything. That is the thing. It's a very terrible situation that Nigerians are facing, ranging from the removal of the first subsidy that skyrocketed price of goods and commodities and services in the market, to floating of the Naira exchange rate that has affected almost everything that we're importing, because we are not producing, we're importing even up to toothpick. Now, China has started sending Gari to Nigeria as an import. So, that is another big issue. So since Buhari, the Tinubu took over, things have gotten worse. And people were praying that nobody wants to see Buhari again, or anybody like Buhari again. And people were thinking that with Buhari, we had seen it all. But now, with Buhari being better, it means that we haven't seen it all. So I don't know the direction that Tinubu's government is going and how they can help Nigeria to survive. So with all of that, everybody is aggrieved, and it is quite clear that since Buhari left office, things have actually gotten worse, just like Reuben Abati is trying to say. Since Buhari left, things have been worse in Nigeria. And it's getting worse by the day, because at the end of the day, we really don't have anywhere to run to. Okay, there are a few comments here. Somebody said all the officers of government have gone into media attacks on everyone who dared to say things the way they are. They go around generating false data that things are improving, when in actual fact, things are getting worse. So if you dare say the truth, the mob they employed in the social media will take you to the cleaners. So until they come back and do their jobs and stop media attacks, things will not improve. That is it. And the world will never take us seriously. I agree with you, my brother. Somebody again say, guys, stop complaining. Enough is much, So you mean Abati should stop complaining? What else? So what do you expect him to say? He should say that things are good, Abi. Even you that is telling him to stop complaining, are things good with you? Can you can you take give your family or yourself 3 square meal a day? So you cannot tell one about it to stop complaining, because things are terribly and really bad. Okay, so the third person here in the comment section is saying the lawmakers who we voted to represent us and talk on our behalf are already sharing bounties. Of course, transferring money to their account for themselves, transferring money left and right and center for themselves. That is a very bad one. So things have actually gotten worse. If you look at where we were at the time of independence, if you look at where we were at the time of Obasanjo, 1979 to 1983, we can see the value of naira to dollar, value of naira to pound, and then how we went through Buhari government with the Diagbo. Things were getting worse, and then Buhari had to overthrow. Babangida had to overthrow Buhari after Buhari overthrew Shagari, and that is how we have been diminishing. And the time of Babangida, corruption became the big thing, the Maradona with all the 419 boys working with him. That was why they introduced Decree 419 to prosecute financial crimes and fraudsters. Okay, as if that is not enough, Abdul Salami Abubakar took over from Abacha. Before we came back in 1999 into democracy again, with Obasanjo becoming the first executive president in the third republic. Okay, so the situation is actually not a very good one, not palatable up to now. So what Reuben Abati is saying is not strange. We are supposed to be improving from government to government, not diminishing from government to government like it is at the moment. When you think you had seen it all, the next person will enter and you said it got worse. When Obasanjo entered 1999, people complained a lot, hoping to see improvement. It didn't work. Before you know it, Goodluck Jonathan and Yar'Adua took over. They tried a bit to stabilize the system, but immediately Buhari entered in 2015, things got worse. APC took over. We were very desperate to run. Now things have gotten worse with Tinubu, and they are still saying that things are okay. The price we are paying is for the short term, and on the long term, things are going to be okay. When are we going to see things becoming okay? That's a question to answer. So Reuben Abati is correct. Nigeria is in shambles. Okay, and everything is getting worse by the day. We have suffered more than what we suffered when Buhari was in power. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.